welcome in. So today's gonna be a little different. Obviously I'm not in my car or my bedroom. So as you can tell from the title of this video, it's a Q&A. I watch a couple Q&As and they're always doing something fun like crocheting or, you know, some sort of like niche talent. And I was like, I don't have a niche talent to do. Like, I don't want to just sit here and talk, even though I do love to just sit and talk about myself. I don't want it to be like boring, you know? So I was like, what could I do? And I forgot I actually do have a niche talent. And I'm going to do it for you today, which y'all should feel special because I don't do this anymore. I used to do it a lot. I went to school for it and I don't do it anymore, but I'm doing it for y'all. And we're going to have fun while we do it. I'm going to make it a little crazier and it's going to be a drunk Q&A. So I will be taking shots. I've got my Call Her Daddy shot glass, chaser, and some whipped cream vodka. So that's what was left. I also have tequila, but I don't think I'm gonna be doing tequila. So, but clearly there are like family photos in the back. Just ignore those. You don't need to look at my great grandparents. But I asked y'all for some questions. Y'all wrote in. I'm gonna go through and answer those. And I'm also gonna randomly throw in like some fun facts about myself just because I feel like there's a lot of new people here. My cat's Stinky's meowing in the background because he wants to go outside, but he's not an outdoor cat, so I don't know what he's doing. But I'm gonna be throwing in just like random fun facts in between while also taking shots. Wow, the whole point of why I'm down here is because I'm also going to be decorating a cake. It's like a celebratory cake for hitting 3,000 because that's a big deal to me. And that feels cake worthy to me. So we're gonna be making a cake, we're gonna be taking shots, I'm gonna be answering questions and throwing fun facts about me out there. Facts that y'all probably don't care about, but I like to talk about because one of my favorite things is to talk about myself. So the cake is currently cooling because that's Caesar barking at the cat. Stinky, go. Stinky thinks he wants to go out until he sees Caesar. Oh, the cake is cooling right now. I cut it and it was still warm. So I'm just letting the cake cool a little bit, but we can go ahead and start out with a shot. And probably like first fun fact. I'm nervous. I'm doing half shot. That actually was more than what I wanted. Starting off strong. And I'm gonna put juice in it. Why did I pour such a big shot? It's fine. It's whipped cream vodka. It's not gonna kill me. First shot down, followed by a fun fact. Ugh. Okay, that wasn't that bad actually. That kind of tasted good. Tasted like Dole Whip from Universal. Okay, first fun fact is I went to culinary school and I have a degree in baking and pastry. And I was a cake decorator for 3 years and now I'm not because it burned me out and I don't enjoy it anymore. But I baked cakes all through high school. I started in like 7th grade. And then went to Johnson & Wales in Charlotte. And I played volleyball there and got my degree in baking. And fun fact, we won a national championship there. So shout out to my 2018 Johnson & Wales volleyball team on our national championship. But no, I do not do it anymore. I don't really enjoy it anymore. I think working in the field and having to make a living off of it kind of took the fun out of it. Because I was doing it, I was living alone and doing it and to pay my bills where I was heavily struggling because at 19, everyone struggles. Because I only did 2 years of school. I got my associates and then moved out and then had a full-time job. Had 3 cats, lived alone in a single apartment in Charlotte trying to pay for it. It was fun, like at the time, but like definitely burned me out. I also think it's kind of dumb that 18-year-olds are supposed to pick the path for their career because me at 18, I picked it at 17. I was 17 in high school as a senior and having to pick what college I wanted to go to kickstart my career as an adult just seems silly to let in an 18-year-old choose that path because I wouldn't pick it now. I would never have picked going to that now, but it is what it is and I'm here now for it. I'm gonna check on the cake and see if it's ready. I wish y'all could have just seen what I just went through. I just fell down my stairs like an old person. I literally just slipped right out from under me and we have a baby gate on it because we have like animals and little nieces. My armpit right on it, but I'm fine. We're back to the cake. I have my questions ready. I had to go get my Mac and I dropped my Mac, so she's probably broken. All right. All of my like tools are just leftover, like this cake board's huge. This is all just like leftover from when I used to do it in high school. Like I have to use this I like my little one, but we're gonna make do with it today. I think I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off with another shot, just because now I'm annoyed with myself. That was bigger than the first one. Cool. So stupid. Ah! Also, like, this flavor combination's insane. This tastes so good. Cheers. Let's see if I still got the magic touch. Also, like, if you're hoping I give you, like, tips, it's not happening, so. Period. Literally using a paper plate. This is so unprofessional. Okay, I can do this and talk at the same time. I didn't realize, like, maybe I'm not gonna be able to do this at the same time, but we're gonna try. So I did get a lot of, like, the same questions, all regarding, I'm not even kidding, I think the majority of my questions were, are you going to do a readathon again? Which, while I appreciate that you really enjoyed the first readathon, it takes a lot to, like, mentally prepare. And also, I know you want a readathon with Logan. Like, it's not just about me. Like, the readathons with Logan are more fun. I have to make sure she's, like, able to do it. You know, she's a student. Luna! She's a student, so, like, she doesn't have a ton of free time, and she also has a job. So, we are working on it. We really want to. Like, I would love to do another readathon. We just, we have to do it when both of us are available. Like, we're open to the 48-hour one and we're open to the 24-hour one, so. But we're getting to it, guys. We'll do it eventually. I can't promise when, but we'll do it eventually. Luna! Anyways, what book made you fall in love with reading? Very first book that I read, it was, okay, not the first book I ever read, but like the first book I ever read of 2022 when I started reading was Verity by Colleen Hoover. I feel like that's very normal for new readers, is to start with Colleen. And I feel like I owe everything to Colleen. Like, she is the one who got me into reading. And if I hadn't read a Colleen Hoover book, I probably wouldn't be a reader now. I had nothing bad to say about Colleen Hoover and her books. Verity, to this day, is an incredible book. I won't say all of her books to this day are incredible books. Like, clearly they're incredible to new readers, I think. They really suck you in and introduce you to the world of reading. But I do think Verity stands with my rating. And I have nothing bad to say about it. I love her books. Do I want to read them now? Do I have the urge to read the rest of her books now? No. But I owe all of my, like, love for books for Colleen Hoover, so. Next one is, how did you edit your videos? Because your editing is funny. Actually, I just am trial and error with editing. I had never edited, like, on a real, like, the most I did editing prior to YouTube was in high school. I would make my own volleyball highlight videos on iMovie, which, like, didn't require a lot of editing. It just required, like, cutting videos. But it really is just taking inspo from, like, other people's that I see, and then trial and error, just kind of figure out what I like to do. Always constantly trying to learn new things, trying to figure out new ways to edit. But I'm gonna put this in the fridge real quick. So while that's setting, I can, 1, take a shot, and 2, kind of answer some questions quicker. That's too small. I have nothing to do today, so. What's your favorite book trope? That's a hard question. I don't think I have a favorite. I have a few, like, least favorites. Like, my least favorite would be a miscommunication trope. I can't stand that. I'm not gonna lie. I hate it. I'm bad at miscommunication, so I don't need to read about it in a fictional book as well as do it in my own life. So typically I don't like a pregnancy trope. Either if it's forced and that's what's keeping the couple together, or, you know, like, something along those lines. I don't think this is a trope. It's just, like, how books naturally end, like romance books. I don't like how they just end in a proposal and then the epilogue is she's pregnant. Like, I'm so past those. Like, it was cute in the beginning, but then, like, after my 50th romance book, where it ends in a proposal and the epilogue is 2 years later and they're pregnant, I'm so over that. But my favorite, I love an age gap, reverse or normal. I do love an amnesia trope after manacled, obviously. Like, that just breaks my heart on a different level. Childhood friends to lovers, obsessed. Oh my God, I love a second chance romance. There is truly nothing that breaks my heart more than a childhood friends to lovers to strangers to second chance romance. I can't get enough. But I also love just like the YA high school first love romance trope, that kind of thing. It's just sweet, you know. And then I love a multi in a relationship. I love a polyamorous book too. Favorite genre would be probably like a romantasy now. I'm very much into fantasy, but I only like a fantasy right now if it's like heavy romance. So right now, romantasy. My reading goal for 2024 and my 2024 New Year's resolution. So my reading goal, I've talked about it before, is 80 books, finish some series, or finish all the series I'm in the middle of, which is like 11 or 12. Get through some of my physical TBR as opposed to just obviously keep buying stuff. But my like 2024 New Year's resolution in general, I don't really have like resolutions. Like I don't need to like do this instead of how I've been acting. But I have goals. So like my goal is to buy a house this year. These aren't really like book goals, but like still have a goal, which, okay, this is super contradictory to my last goal, but I would love to live in a van for a year. That is a goal of mine. I wanted to do it last year and the cards just weren't in it for me at the time. And I really want to do that at some point. And before I have like a family, I feel like my 20s is when that would work the best, but like I also want a house. So I don't know how those two go hand in hand, but and then like YouTube wise, it would be really cool to invest in like a camera because I actually do enjoy this and like take it not more seriously, because I do take it pretty seriously, but just like really dive into it. It would be really cool. Like my goal is to hit like 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. That would be really cool. That's all I can think of right now. My dream job or career. That's actually really fun because it's changed so many times. I am a person who has changed a job. I'm not even kidding. I think I've had 12 jobs. Like I have had a lot. Because I'm someone who will quit a job if I'm not happy at it. And I have no shame in that. I've been at a job, I think the smallest like amount of time I've been at a job was a month. And I was like, not for me. I have done it all. I was a cake decorator. I worked in catering. I was a bartender, which I actually really enjoyed. I was a State Farm agent. I literally got licensed in insurance. I don't know why I thought that's something that I would enjoy, but I did. I was talked into it and I did it. I was a volleyball coach, am a nanny right now, a manager at Crumble. I was a pastry chef. Like I literally feel like I've done it all. But my dream is to open a bookstore. I would really, really love to open a bookstore and cafe, a little coffee shop bookstore. That's been on my horizon for like a year now, and I really, really would like to do it. I live full-time in Columbia. Like that's my home base is Columbia, and there's not a ton of bookstores here that I really like. Like there's like the Barnes and Noble and Books A Million, obviously, but there's not a lot of individually owned bookstores. There's like 2 or 3, and I would like to add one. I want to open a bookstore and coffee shop. It just, obviously, it's not the time right now to do that. I'm not financially stable enough to do that, but I'll answer more. I'm going to wait for the cake to firm up so I can start icing it, and then I'll answer more when I'm ready for it. So starting back, ooh, there's crumbs on here. Good thing it's my cake and I can be as gross as I want. Fun fact about me again, we can do my favorite artist ever, like music artist, is Tucker Pillsbury, aka Role Model. Absolutely, like there's no one in the world that I have loved as much as Role Model. And like, yes, I found him through Emma when they were dating, but my love for him has surpassed my love for anyone else. I saw him in concert last year and got him to sign my arm. And I have his signature tattooed on me. Right above lyrics for his song Blind, which is one of my favorite songs of his, which ironically is about Emma and they are no longer together. And then also obviously a huge Swiftie, clearly, God, I love her. And a huge 1975 fan. Also saw them in concert and it was the best thing ever. Also, huge Renee Rapp. Oh my God, I'm just flinging icing everywhere. Huge Renee Rapp fan, which one of my questions actually was, what is my favorite Renee Rapp song? That's kind of a tough one. One of my favorites is Pretty Girls, obviously. I love Swim, the one that she came out recently with. Tattoos, and OG, and like obviously I love In the Kitchen, like her iconic ones, but I don't know if I could pick a favorite, but those are all some of my favorites. What can I do? Love, oh my God. My current music fixations are Alexander 23. He just came out with a new song, Obsessed, love. Oh, Suki Waterhouse. Oh my god. I just like, I hate to say it, but I just like discovered her because she's with Robert Pattinson and is pregnant. So like, I hate to say it, but that's why I found her. But I love her music. I love her sound and her voice and just like her, everything about her is so good. I can take a shot now. I'm good now. I'm not trying to get blackout drunk on a Wednesday. Cheers. Definitely not tasting fantastic anymore. Next question is, what's your pet peeves in life or books? Pet peeves would be, like I said earlier, just making them happily ever after they get married and they have kids. Physically, pet peeves book-wise is when the book is randomly taller than all my other books. I don't mind a shorter book, but when it's taller, it really grinds my gears. Or like a shiny cover, just make them matte. Like it's 2024, make the covers matte. When it has the weird shorter front flap, as a publishing company, why would you want to do that? In real life, I mean, I get angry at a lot of things. So I can say confidently one is when I can hear people chewing. Logan's jaw ticks when she chews and I can't eat near her because of it. And people are just like stupid. I don't know. Like I have a lot of pet peeves. When people ask if I'm still baking, contrary to this, no I'm not. This is really hard with such a big spatula. I'm not used to a big spatula. I also like don't really care if it's perfect or not. Okay, I kind of care. Y'all can't think I'm bad at cake decorating now that I've talked about it. It's definitely not great, but I don't care. I'll put in pictures of my cakes so that y'all know I'm not bluffing about like being a cake decorator. Oh my god, this one's fun. Okay. It says, why did you start your channel and what's your favorite animal? The favorite animal one is the one I was excited to talk about. Why did I start my channel? I had always kind of wanted to start a YouTube like for a couple years now, and I just never, it like embarrassed me to start it. Like I'm sure as every YouTuber can confidently say they were like embarrassed at first. I don't even know why. I all of a sudden one day was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm kind of over like wishing I was doing it and I just want to do it. And of course I was embarrassed at first. Like I was fully embarrassed. I didn't want anyone to know about it. I just said like F it one day and I'm gonna buy a MacBook. I was at where I was nannying and I was like, you know what, I'm doing it. I knew if I was gonna do it, I wanted to do it well. So I didn't want to just like half-ass the editing and everything, and I knew I needed a good laptop if I was gonna do it. So I bought a MacBook and I invested in that and just started it, and it was really fun. It gave me like something to be excited about outside of work. All right, I'm gonna stop there because the more I mess with it, the more I'm just gonna get frustrated with it. She's not cute. No, she's not. She's not gonna be perfect. I'm a little tipsy, so like calm down. I'm gonna dye up some icing and be back after I finish my question. My favorite animal? Literally love this question. It's bears. If you're an OG and you've seen my videos, you know it's bears. Black bears, to be specific. Just obsessed with bears. Oh my god. The way that they can go from wanting to be pet to mauling your face off, and they're so cute while doing it. Like, their little ears, shut up. Oh my god. But black bears are so cute. They don't want to kill you most of the time. Like 90% of the time they don't want to kill you. They just want to be pet and they want to eat your food. And they're so cute. I will watch videos of bears all day long. There's a guy on TikTok who talks about like horror stories of like being killed and like animal attacks, like shark attacks and stuff. And every time he does a bear, I'm like, ah! I'm so excited. Like I know it's sad because the bears are killing people, but I'm so excited to hear about the stories. I don't know why. And they can climb trees. That big body can climb a tree. It's insane to me. I love them. Okay, I'll be back. Doing pink because like, why wouldn't I do pink? Oh my god, cute. It's like, it's close to Valentine's Day. Of course I want to do pink. I'm gonna look up some cake inspo. Oh wait, I said I would take a shot. True to my word. Okay, that one was a little stronger. All right, back to the questions. What's your favorite book? Easy, Fourth Wing. I guess you could say like my top 3 favorite books would be like the ACOTAR series, which my favorite was Act of War, Fourth Wing's #1, and then Manacled probably. What's your favorite drink when reading? Fun. I typically have a coffee like when I'm reading. I just make a latte with whatever creamer I'm feeling that week. This week it's an almond milk latte with Chobani's sweet creamer. What is your comfort tea? Also, I haven't piped on a cake in probably 3 years, so this could go very badly. I need to be lower though. Let's see if I can raise the cake. That's not happening. Oh my god, that cake's going down. Okay, I'm tired of looking, so it just is what it is. What is your comfort TV show or movie? My comfort movie, without a doubt, is Harry Potter. Specifically, like 1 through 4. In a big Goblet of Fire kick right now, so. But my favorite, like, shows would be Game of Thrones. I put that on almost every day. If I'm like reading or something, I'll just put Game of Thrones on, or Harry Potter. And then like New Girl, Gilmore Girls. I'm trying to think. You know, I love like Vampire Diaries, Gossip Girl, all those Pretty Little Liars. Oh my god, I love Pretty Little Liars. I'm not terrible. I just love like Game of Thrones, The Last of Us, House of the Dragon, those kind of things, and Harry Potter. So, where do you get your rings from? Oh my god. Are you flirting with me? I literally love that question. So I get my rings kind of from a lot of places. Typically like random shops that I see. My big one is from a shop that I saw at Soda City. A shop in Asheville, I don't know. This is surprisingly from Shein. I try not to buy cheap jewelry, but I wanted a bow ring, so that's from Shein. A lot of them, this one's from Every Jewels. Thumb, Snake, and Pinky are from Ana Luisa. Along with like the bracelets, they're from Ana Luisa or Every Jewel, and like my necklaces too are all from Ana Luisa. What book series do you recommend? So many. Oh my god. ACOTAR, obviously. Like, hello. For like little easy romance reads, off-campus series. I don't really recommend the Bar U series as much because it's definitely not as good. Harry Potter, obviously. Everyone should read Harry Potter. Literally trying to think of what series I've read. Every series I've ever read is out my brain. Let me look on here real quick. Okay, well, while it loads. Hello. Thank you. The Addicted series. Love the Addicted series. I'm not even done with it yet, but I love the Addicted series. Haunting Adeline series, the duology. Love that one. Definitely look trigger warnings before you before you read it. If you're the right person to enjoy those, you'd love them. The Natural series, please. There's no reason anyone would dislike those. They're so good. So good. Those are probably like my top 3 or 4 series. Oh my god. The Pucking Around series, please. Definitely read those. And then like if you can call Fourth Wing a series, so far there's only 2 of them out. But do you plan on doing YouTube for a long time? I definitely do. I feel like I'm still a very new YouTuber. Like I've only been doing this since September. There's nothing I don't like about it yet. Like I've enjoyed every single second of doing it, and it would be really cool obviously to continue to grow and be able to do this more often. Obviously it's kind of a big ask to be like, yeah, it'd be cool to do it for a full-time job. That's not like necessarily a given with new YouTubers, so like that would be really cool, and that's like a dream, like a hope to do that. But yes, I definitely plan on doing this for a while. What country do you live in? United States, the great country of America. Do you ever annotate? I love to annotate books. I actually find it's more enjoyable if I'm reading a book with a pencil than if I'm just skimming through, like not skimming, but if I'm just like reading the book as is. Like I feel like at the end I'm like, what did I just read? If I don't like write notes and annotate and stuff. So I do love to annotate books. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. What's your favorite book to reread over and over again? I would reread the ACOTAR series over and over again. I haven't reread a book over and over again. The only book I've reread is Fourth Wing, which probably would be my favorite book to reread over and over again. It's like I find something new every time. I've read it twice now. How old are you? I am 24. I tend to forget that. My first thought is 23, but I am 24. I feel like it's time for a shot and fun fact. Cheers. Ugh. Fun fact about me, I played volleyball since I was 7. I played my entire life. My siblings all played, not my brother, but all my sisters played. We were a very big volleyball family. My dad was my coach. Big volleyball family. It was like such a big part of my life. I feel like I should share that. I played club, high school, all through the whole shebang. It's like every single day of my life revolved around volleyball. Played in college. I was a libero. Can't tell, I'm kind of short, so naturally I was libero. And now I'm on an adult league. And it's actually really fun. And I love playing with everyone at the adult league. It's really fun. What was the first book you ever read? Like, not a kid's book, obviously. Wild guess, Harry Potter. Probably, like, if we're not talking school, I think I read, like, the first Harry Potter book in, like, 7th grade just to be able to say I read Harry Potter because I was a really big Harry Potter fan, but just the movies. And, like, at the time, you say you're a Harry Potter fan, and they're like, oh, have you read the books? And I'm like, oh, no. I like the movies. And they're like, oh, well, you're not a real fan. Like, I just didn't like reading in school up until like 2 years ago. Like, I detested reading. The first book, like, for pleasure that I chose to read probably was actually Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered. It was when I was really into My Favorite Murder, the podcast, and that was their book that they came out with. And I read that like a couple of days before I read Verity. So it kind of like, all of that kind of kickstarted my reading. Other than that, Verity would be my first like fiction book that I read. What's your most expensive book? Manacled. That book was $150 to get it bound like through Etsy, but it was a Christmas gift, so I didn't pay for it. Sorry, this takes like kind of a lot of focus for me. I can't do both at the same time. Oh my God, these are not even. No one look at my unevenness of this. I haven't piped in like 3 years. Leave me alone. What makes you instantly DNF a book? I am proud to say I've never DNF'd a book. That's actually what I try to tell myself this year, is that if I'm not enjoying a book, I'm allowed to DNF a book. Something I just hate, especially if it's an YA book. Oh my God, it makes me irrationally angry if it's in a YA book. But when an author like talks about dieting and like body image and stuff in a book in like a harmful way, like I don't even remember what book it was, but I was reading a young adult book that is geared towards like 13 to 16 year olds, and it was talking about not eating carbs, and I was like, oh my God, like it's just so harmful. And like I don't understand what authors think they're getting out of that. Like it's so harmful to especially young teenage girls, talking about in books that they're reading, and like if they're looking up to this character and the character in the book is talking about not eating carbs because it's unhealthy, that's an eating disorder waiting to happen. And it just really pisses me off. That will make me not want to read anything from that author ever again. And like one of my least favorite books is Tell Me Lies, and all it is it talks about weight in almost every single chapter, and it's just so frustrating. Like, it's 2024, we are over diet culture. It's just so frustrating to me to read about an author like glorifying that. Who's your number one favorite author that you'd read anything from? Like, I would say Rebecca Yarros, but like I haven't read any of her romances, so I don't think I can confidently say her. But like Sarah J. Maas, obviously I would read anything that woman writes. Before yesterday, actually, I was gonna say Lynn Painter, because I have never disliked one of her books, but I didn't really like the one I just read yesterday, which I'll talk about in a different video. But I still think I would order or read anything she would write just to see, because I love some of her other books. I'm trying to think who else is like a must buy for me. I really don't think I feel that way towards any author other than like Sarah J. Maas, or Moss. Sorry if it's Moss. Books you don't think you'll ever read / genres. I'm not really like opposed to reading anything. Like if I went to book club today and they handed me a book I never would have picked, I'm gonna be like, okay, cool, like I'll still read it. I'm not exactly drawn to classics, Little Women, Jane Eyre, like those kind of things. But I'm not like opposed to reading, I'm just not gonna pick it up. Like literary fiction doesn't really do it for me. Like I just get bored. I'm really in it to escape reality and like read about a cute romance and stuff like that. So the books that are like about finding yourself, anything that's gonna send me like into a spiral or like in a crisis, I try to avoid. I'm not really reading to like learn about myself. I do that enough in therapy. So I'm more in reading to like escape, if that makes sense. So who's your favorite Avenger and why? Oh my God, love Marvel questions. My favorite Avenger is Iron Man. He's so sexy and he's so funny. Like, he just really adds such a funny element to the movies. And, like, he doesn't have, like, fake powers. Captain America was made. He's not made. He's just smart and, like, came up with his shit. And he's so hot. Please. Probably next would be Spider-Man. Specifically Andrew Garfield, even though it's Tom Holland who's, like, the Avenger. But The Amazing Spider-Man, that franchise is my favorite Spider-Man. But I do love, like, Captain America. I love really all of them. I'm not gonna lie. What is one book that you would recommend to someone starting out? Like, you're gonna hate me for it, but starting out with Colleen Hoover is like such a good idea. There are some that I'm not obsessed with just because they're super like heavy and dark. I don't like reminders of him. It like talks about really detailed like car wrecks. But some of her other stuff like Verity, Ugly Love even, like they're just fun, painful, but like fun reads, and like they really suck you in as a reader. So like if you're starting out, Colleen Hoover is such like a good intro into the world of reading. Or just like, I don't know, like there's cutesy little romances to start out. Like Lynn Painter is such a good cutesy romance book author. Lynn Painter is such a good cutesy author to start out with. Like any of like the YA books would be such a fun thing to start out with. A book or series that everyone loves but you hate. Don't yell at me. I do not enjoy the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I've only read the first one, so like I can't fully attest to it all, but I just don't understand the hype around it. I really don't. I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. While I think on what I want to do with this cake, I'll do a fun fact. Oh my god. Okay, I can do fun fact about my cats. I haven't talked about my cats yet. And they make appearances in every single video. So let's talk about my cats. So I have 3 cats. As you've probably seen, I've had those cats since I was 19. I first got Muggs. Here's Muggs when I first got her. My sister, actually, my older sister Alex, found her at her old job in a baseball stadium. She was found like in the bleachers as like a little teeny tiny baby infant and was like super malnourished. Like that's why she's so small now, I would assume, is because she was really undernourished. So we got her from like a couple days old. I got her when I was moving out of my college apartment with all my college roommates into my own apartment. So she's been with me literally since day one of being on my own as an adult. So she's my OG baby. Like I would die for that cat. Her real name is Muggle, but obviously you could have Muggs now. So it's like a Harry Potter and like coffee play on because I love coffee. Cheers. Ooh, that was a lot. But Muggs, she's special. She's got a lot of issues. She has seizures like her mother. I like to milk that. I've had 1 seizure and I like to milk it that I have seizures. But no, she has seizures and she's blind. She has really bad cataracts in both of her eyes. And so she doesn't see very well. She sees like well enough to get around this house. But just like every once in a while she'll run into a wall. It's like funny, but it's not funny. The vet says she was deaf, but I definitely think she has selective hearing because she'll randomly turn like when I call her name. And I'm like, okay, so you're not deaf. You're a liar. Her birthday's April 6th. She just turned 4. Oh shit. What did she turn? She just turned 5. I think she's 5. No, she's about to turn 5. Thank you. It's not April yet. She's gonna turn 5 this April and she won't grow anymore. She's the tiniest little teeny tiny baby ever. And she's like half the size of Stinky and Stinky's way younger than her. I had Muggs for like the first 2 months that I lived alone and realized that because I had this is when I was a cake decorator, so I was gone from 9 to 6 and I felt bad that she was alone all the time, so I wanted to get a second kitten. I saw someone post on Snapchat that they like found a litter of kittens if anyone wants one, and I was like, I do. So I went over and I found Luna. I picked her out with Adair and Cameron, actually. They went with me when they were up in Charlotte one day. And brought her home. She's named after Luna Lovegood. And I didn't even realize at the time, this is her as a baby. I didn't even realize when I picked her out that she had different color eyes. And so she has one blue and one green eye. And I picked her out because she was the only cat. It was an all white litter. And she was the only cat with 3 black dots on her head. And she doesn't even have them anymore. But she has very pretty eyes. Her birthday is May like 27th or something. It's right before Muggs. So she's like a week older than Muggs. I had them for like 3-ish months. And then I got a text from my friend when I was at work and was like, so my friend up in Michigan found this litter of cats and was giving them away. And I thought of you. Do you want another cat? And I was like, why would I want another cat? Then I was like, do I want another cat? And they sent me a picture. It was Stinky, obviously. It was a little teeny tiny gray cat. This is actually the picture they sent. Him in a little basket. And I was like, how different would it be to have 3 versus 2 cats? And I was like, and then they would be like one big happy family. So I said yes, but I was like, this cat's in Michigan. How am I supposed to get a Michigan cat? And she said that she actually in like a month was gonna go up there for vacation with her family so she can get him and bring him back down. And I was like, perfect. Stinky then came to my life. He is just, our little cat family would not be the same if we didn't have Stinky. His real name is Sirius, after Sirius Black. They're all Harry Potter. But he was dubbed Stinky like a month in because he was the worst smelling cat ever. I'm not even kidding. He had bowel problems and he had like, I swear he has IBS or something. He's been stinky ever since. His birthday is like August 16th or something, so he's a little bit younger than them. I don't know how I got so lucky with my cats. Like they're all so sweet. None of them are mean. None of them would like bite you maliciously or attack you. Like they're not mean cats. And they all get along. Like, you know, of course Stinky likes to fight and play. He likes to play fight. And I think he knows that Muggs and Luna do not like to play fight, but he likes to instigate fights. So those are my cats. I would die for all 3 of them. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have them. And they're my besties. Back to the cake. I didn't think once about what to do for my cake. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna add in random shit. I don't know. What is the first book you really fell in love with? I think Love and Other Words was the first book that I like connected with on like a different level. Like all of these other books I had really loved. Ooh, I don't like that actually. I'm taking that off. Like obviously I had loved books. Like I really, at the time, I loved Colin Hoover books, like Ugly Love, Heartbones, that kind of stuff. But the book that I like really connected with was Love and Other Words. It really hit me in a way that no other book has. And it's been my favorite romance ever since. And I would love to actually reread that this year. Oh God, I'm about to run out of icing. What made you start reading? That's actually a very interesting question. I had just been dumped, actually, and was going through a really tough time. I was like super depressed. And Haley actually randomly texted me that she had read a book called Verity, which like came out of nowhere. Like we did not read. We were not readers at all. That was like so out of left field for me. I was like, okay, well, I have to read it. And she was like, yeah, you literally have to read it. So I bought Verity, and then like, of course, like as it does, TikTok algorithm like filled my TikTok with book talk. And all I saw that week was stuff about books and Colleen. And it was when she was like taking over the world. So it like really helped me get out of my depressive slump and gave me something to look forward to after work, as opposed to just like coming home and like being sad, which I'm sure like we've all been there. I was just living the adult life of going to work and coming home every day. So it really gave me something to like look forward to. And so it really helped me escape this like shitty life that I was living at the time. So I really like owe a lot to reading. Like it did a lot for me as a human, and it made me grow a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm out of icing, so I need to make some more really quickly. Okay, I had to change the angle slightly because my phone was dying. I made slightly darker pink. Add some dimension to this cake. This is the only icing I have left, so when I run out, I'm done. Also, if anyone's wondering, my arm is still in pain from falling on the stairs earlier. A book you wish you could erase from your mind, and one you wish you could tattoo on it. I wish I could erase Tell Me Lies. I just got nothing good out of that book. I don't think there's another book that I like truly hated and wish I could erase from my mind. Like I've read some bad books, but none of them that like offended me. A book I wish I could tattoo. I actually, like I love tattoos. I clearly have a decent amount, but I would fully get a 4th wing tattoo. I actually like, I don't know when I'll do this, but I want to get a little dragon tattoo somewhere. I have dragon wings actually. If you see my arm is red, it's from when I fell down the stairs. But I have dragon wings that I got because I had angel wings, so I wanted to get like angel and devil wings. I got them before I even read ACOTAR and like 4th wing and stuff, but it makes me think of those. So like in my head, they're kind of like the ACOTAR, like dragon, not dragon, but like bat wings. Even though I didn't get them for that, it makes me think of that. So, and then I think like right now, those are the only like bookish tattoos I would get. Like, yes, I loved manacled, but I don't think I would get like a manacled tattoo. The only like tattoo that you could get from manacled is like a paper crane. I don't like the paper crane stuff. So, well, my last question that I have is, who's your favorite bookie bitch other than Haley or Logan? So it would have to be Adair. Bookie Bitches is our book club name, and it consists of me, Logan, Haley, and Adair. So the answer to that question is Adair. Hey Adair. That's all for the questions. If I can think of like I'm gonna do my best to like think of some more fun facts while I finish this. It's like my mind's fully blank. I can do like a quick tattoo tour. I love talking about my tattoos. So I have lyrics from the Blind. Lyrics from Blind, from Role Model, his signature. I have a little ghost for my mom because she calls me Boo. A smiley face just because it's like a melting smiley face. The 3 stars from Harry Potter books, like in the corner. I have a sister tattoo with my older sister on my shoulder. I got on my 18th birthday, so like a little cringy to me now when I think about it. Like I wouldn't get it now. Like it's fine because it's a sister tattoo. She's older than me, so she's like the mom sister. So it says, "You keep me safe, I'll keep you wild," and it has like an anchor and a wave. It's like classic 18-year-old tattoo. And then I have a row of daisies, like a line of daisies down my spine. And then I have a friend tattoo with Adair and a couple of friends from high school. It's a little heart on our ribs. Obviously I have the angel and the devil wings. Is that it? Ooh. Oh my god. I'm so used to just like grabbing the tip of this, I forgot I have rings on, so there's just icing in my ring now. Treat for later. Okay, actually I'm gonna take a shot before I do this, because I don't like writing on, I hate writing on cakes. That used to make me so nervous, and I'm about to do it just for fun. Ooh, God, I can't even think about how many of these I've taken. Okay, let's do it. I hate drawing threes, and that was the whole point of this, was to do a 3 for 3K. And that's like the worst letter or number to do. Whatever. So stupid how like nervous I am to write on my own cake that no one's gonna see. Well, I mean, hopefully y'all are gonna see, but... I can add little hearts or something. Ta-da! Can you see it? Y'all should feel special. That's like the first cake I've made in years. She's definitely not perfect. She's a little wonky, but I honestly cannot wait to eat this. I will dig right into it. If I get a fork, I'll eat some right now. Now that I'm a little tips. So here it is, the final product. Ultimately, I really just wanted to thank y'all for being here, for watching me, for getting me to 3K. It's actually insane that that happened and so quickly. And I'm here to celebrate with cake, so... 90% of that bite was icing. Oh yeah. You know, it's really euphoric to just dig into a cake that you just made. Because I've never gotten to do that. This is like healing a like inner child in me. In case you think I'm lying, I'm digging in. This is my lunch actually. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here and sticking around. I appreciate all 3,000 of you. And I hope that you got something out of this and learned something new about me. If it's that I like bears or that role model is my favorite person in the whole world. Really appreciate what y'all have done for me and letting me continue to just talk about books because it's like one of my favorite things to do now. I hope y'all enjoyed my pathetic cake making. Here it is. One last look of the masterpiece that is this cake. Thanks for letting me really hone in my old skills and make me realize that I don't miss doing this at all. But thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next one.